Hey everyone, it has been a hot second. Thank you for being patient with me, for praying for me, and yeah, well, it's good to be talking to you again. I got to see most of you, which was a really big gift. I don't even know where I last left off, but just to speak of where we are now and just kind of what we've done. We went to Grand Isle, Louisiana. I think that was my last video too, on the way to Grand Isle. We had a mission trip there. I was really blessed. We got to work with Father Mark Toops, and we did like formation each night with the missionaries, and we did just like rebuilding things on the island, and got to do door-to-door ministry and went to the state park that's there where a lot of Hurricane Ida people who were like victims, basically, who their houses are gone. They're currently staying in the state park, and just got to encounter the people of Grand Isle. It was a really big gift. What did we do after that? We immediately drove back home to Cove Crest, and then we drove to Hidden Lake the next day for Theology of the Body formation, and that was insane. Yeah, just some like small tidbits from that. Basically, like, there is goodness in our body. Like, we were created good, and particularly what like a lot of Theology of the Body focuses on is like how like our bodies and like the sacrament of marriage, and just like the way what we do with our bodies like actually is like an icon towards heaven. And reveals a part of the Father, reveals a part of God and the Trinity. And so just like with this knowledge and with this truth of that our bodies, like we were made body, soul, composite, and what we are to do with that, like, yeah, then like how do we respond? And what does that mean like in our culture that says very opposite things? Just this like reality of what freedom actually is. And yeah, it was really good. Maybe I'll make a video sometime more on that. I don't know. But, and then we came back to Cove Crest and started preparing for one of our bigger retreats called John 15. It's where all the summer missionaries come back. And oh my gosh, it was just so good. It's like, I don't know, like 200 people, and a bunch of religious come. There were sisters, there were brothers, there were priests, and yeah, just to like get to serve the missionaries, and yeah, just to encounter them and to have conversations. Matthew Castaneda, shout out, you're a G. Leah Lucas, you're here too. Praise God. You were such a gift to me. Yeah, and there were so many Aggies who have come through. There's a lot of them who are, one's married, a couple are in religious life now. It's just really beautiful. Yeah, the intersect of the worlds colliding. What happened after that? And then immediately after that, we flew home for Christmas break, which was crazy. It was really good to spend time with Mother. I love you, Mom. And then we were gonna go to New York, but then, you know, we were part of those statistics of all the Southwest things. Horrendousness. But yeah, we had a really lovely Christmas. It was a really great time together. I got to see all of my old community, who I love deeply, who is a great wellspring for me. You guys are all watching this, hopefully. Yeah, and now, so then we came back to camp, and we started an 8-day silent retreat. So many of you might hear that and freak out. How in the world would you be silent for 8 days? Great question. It's actually, so it's an Ignatius meditation retreat. So St. Ignatius of Loyola has this book called The Spiritual Exercises, which basically like walks you through different scriptures and like leads you through meditations on them. So for each day, we were praying like 4 to 5 holy hours, and then so that was like where we were actually sitting down and doing the meditation. But then you're pretty much praying the rest of the day as well. Yeah, and so the silence just allows, like, the 8 days of silence allows the space for you to just encounter Jesus more and encounter the Father more. And so there's been a lot of fruit from that, and hopefully will be for a very long time. Yeah, and so we just came out of that on the 8th, and yesterday we had an off day. Yeah, and just kind of took it chill. It was really good. Coming out of silence is honestly really hard, just like reorienting myself back into the world. It's kind of a lot. So that's where I find myself presently. We're currently preparing for new retreats. We have some really big ones coming up. Yeah, and just kind of like readjusting back to what's going on here. We haven't had like our normal routine for quite some time. So yeah, please just pray for me and for all of us here in our transitioning back into what we're doing. Know of my prayers for you all, and I just love hearing from you guys so much, and it's a gift to have you walk with me in this journey, in this mission year. We're on to the second part. Well, I guess you could break it up into 3 parts, but like the first semester, and then now, and then summer. So yeah, that's what we'll say. We're on to part 2. Please pray for me. It is very much needed. I love you all. Until next time.